Hello, this is an update video. So I just wanted to, update on how I'm doing and what's going to happen with this channel. So I'm going to be changing the content a little bit because I feel like it doesn't provide very much value, because you just like watching me do work, and I think that's not very valuable to you, and I want to provide some kind of purpose to this thing. So instead of like running through what I do in my studying, or like you just watching me study, I am going to be talking about the content I'm learning about. So that's another form of studying, as well as you get to learn about some things that you might be learning about in the future, and as well as how I plan to achieve success and like what my strategies are. And now going through the results of term 1. My English results, the creative response text. Well, the main piece was a high, and the written commentary was a high, which I was very stoked about because, I put in a lot of effort on that thing. I think it was weeks and weeks. It was like from the holidays to week 7, I was just almost every day writing and just refining my work, which was really rewarding to get a high. And there was psychology on stress. Got a very high. I think I knew it all very well, and I plan to continue doing that. So that was really good. I felt great to get a very high because I put in the work, I understood the content, and so that was cool. PE for skill acquisition, I only got a high, and I think what went wrong there was I didn't put in as much time as I should have. I thought PE, that's free. I can just like walk through, get a very high, but I was 4 marks off a very high. So it wasn't too far off, but it was just silly mistakes from not fully understanding everything. As well as my strategy for actually taking the SAC, it was work really slowly for like the first 20-30 minutes, get those answers like really, really good, and then towards the end I had to rush. So from what I've learnt from this term is, work from the start quickly, and then you can check your answers at the end, because you don't want to be rushing towards the end, because then you'll miss easy marks. And that's what I found there. I missed like examples. It was like, give an example of blocked practice, and I got that one wrong. It's like really silly marks dropped just because you have to rush at the end instead of working through at one consistent pace that'll get you finished before the actual SAC time's done, so you can review your questions. So what happened there was the final few seconds I was answering the last question. It wasn't good, so I learnt that the hard way, I guess. So if any tests that are like super important, just work through it really quickly and then check your answers, because you want to be done. You want to have most of the marks already down, and you want to be able to refine them at the end. Some results I'm waiting on. There's general math, and I absolutely bottled it. There were just so many marks that I dropped just from being silly and just not reading the question properly, which is really disappointing, but I don't know that for sure, but it's probably going to happen. It's probably going to be a high, and I need a very high for it because it's a pretty easy class. As well as biology. Jeez, bro, biology. I finished with 20 minutes to go. I've locked in, I've dialed in. Everything's looking pretty right. And then here's a 3-mark question on outlining transcription. And I'm sitting on it for like 2 or 3 minutes thinking, it's a 3-mark question, by the way. I'm thinking, is it translation? And then, I outline what translation is instead of transcription, and I drop 3 easy marks, but oh well, it's something you're not going to do again. So that's something I've learned. Just read the question and go with the gut, I reckon, because initially I wrote down what translation was and what transcription was. See, I got it wrong again. It's just like, what? So I did that. That kind of fumbled. I wrote it down thinking, yeah, that's perfect. I was really happy, and then as soon as I walk out the door, I'm like, bruh, are you serious? I got it, and it was on my mind for weeks, but it's still on my mind now, to be fair, but it's okay. So I'll be getting those results back in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, well, as soon as the term begins. So it'll be Tuesday sometime, like the 20th. So that'd be good. And as far as things go for holiday homework, there is a bit. Let's see, that is all of the homework I have. So the little bits of Sunset Boulevard here, that is just some extra, which I need because in my first kind of draft of a analytical essay, bro, it just I might be cooked here. I actually have to dial in, but I'll get to it. And I have a week and a half of holidays, so I'll get through all that pretty quickly, do it in like a week, and then have a couple extra days to rest. So, cool.